Howdy folks, I'm Mama B, and today I'm finishing off this pattern. Now I've chained my 6 and finished my last flower, so now I've got to go in and combine it to the last row, and I want a nice smooth transition. So I'm going to go down into that little triangular shape just like I normally would, but this time I'm going to end it with a slip stitch because we're going to do a few slip stitches. We want as few stitches through this area as possible, or at least as a little bulk. So we're going to do couple of slip stitches, and we're going to get up to that third stitch, that center stitch, as close to the center as possible, just like that. Alright, and then we're going to chain 3. Now let me explain a little bit to you so you understand what we're doing. This area right above the join is going to be a petal, a flower, so we need to create a petal. The thing is, and this is our big challenge, is that we're halfway past the petal, the normal stitch. If we were ending here, it would be easy, you just continue on, but we're not. We've gone down here, and now we're trying to do the back half of the 4 petals from the first row. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to just create this last petal and then that one. So we're going to do that by our chain 3 and then go back into that intersect and finish off that petal just like you do the others, just like that, and slip stitch that off, chain 3, and then we're going to create the next petal. Go in there, grab that, just like you would the other petals. Do your double crochet, but stop just before you drop off the last 2, and slip stitch that. Now we've got the 2 petals created. What we're going to do next is we're going to do yarn over and double crochet into the top of the 2 petals from the last row. There's a little area there, and we've got our chain of 3 going right into there. Do a double crochet, chain 3, go back in there again with another double crochet, just like so. Then we're going to do our next flower. Now this will help you understand this part over here again. Chain 3, go into that intersect of the little triangle, and create your petal. 2 more double crochet, stopping just before the last. Then you go yarn over, and this time we're going to go in the center of this chain of 6. So we're going to go right in there. We're going to create our next petal. And then still don't slip it off because we're going to the center of the next chain of 6. Create your 3rd petal. Here we have 3, 6, and 9. Yarn over and slip all that off. You will start recognizing this from here on out if you haven't already. Chain 3. Go back and create another petal into that center stitch that combined these other 3 petals. Then we yarn over and do a double crochet again into the top 2 petals, in between the top 2 petals of the last row. Chain 3 and another double crochet into that same place. Are you starting to recognize this pattern? Do the 4 petals and the little triangle area. So chain 3, go back and create that petal, drop down to the middle chain of your 6 chains, middle link, then over to the other one, right there in the middle of it. Build your 3 petals, slide them off, single crochet, build your next petal, chaining 3, go back into that single crochet with a double crochet, stopping just before you finish creating it. One more, and then we decrease, go into a double crochet at the top of your next 2 petals, chain 3, double crochet back into that same space. This is our pattern and we're back on track. Now I'll show you at the end how you come around and combine your rows. For now we're going to speed it up because that's how we do it. Okay, we're at the end of our row. I've just finished making that little triangular shape. Now I'm going to work my last flower. Chain 3, work the petal just like you normally would. There's our first petal. We go down into the middle of the chain of 6 to work our second petal. Now our third petal that we would normally add on to here, so we have 9 loops on our hook, is already done. It's right there. So what we're going to do is go into the center of that and just do that, include that right like that, just pull the yarn through and then slide them all off together with a single crochet. That forms your 4 petals, and then we'll chain 3. Now we got to work the other 2 petals, the top 2 petals, because we're starting our next row. That also sets you up perfect for this. Go into that center again. And work your petals. There's 1, chain 3. Go back in there, work your second petal. Also the last petal for this flower. Like that. Slide it off. There you have your 6 petals, pardon me. Chain 6. Two, 4, and 6, and then go down into the center of that little triangle shape with a single crochet. That starts you, chain 6, starts you on your next row. And you just work the top 2 petals of each of those flowers. Now I'm going to go ahead and do this, and we're going to end this video, and we're going to work our way around, and you can include this pattern. You can do it as wide as you want, or in my case till I run out of my yarn, out of my thread, and I'm just going to keep going around with that pattern in mind. And we're going to see you at the next video with the next shade of blue. Thank you so much for watching our videos. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments below and I will try to address them for you. And thank you so much for spending time with us. Have a fantastic day.